Yo, what is up, everyone? This is going to be another trade recap over the trade I took on ES. It was a pretty good trade. I unfortunately lost, which we'll dive into that and see what I could have done differently and learn from my mistakes. I still think that it was a very good setup, and I'll tell y'all why and what the confluence I used. I'm not really too bummed up about it because I've been doing pretty good trading, and um, I'm just taking this as a learning moment because I think there's a little thing that I could have improved on, but or noticed. As always, if you enjoy what you're watching, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. If you find anything educational or learn anything, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. And yep, let's get right into it. Now that we are on ES, I'm just going to take you kind of frame by frame per se how I took this trade, and unfortunately, like I said, it was a losing trade, but we'll get into that later. This market opens, we see that we get a huge wick up, and as you see, for our buy side liquidity, I'm trying to see price reverse off of this, and then there was this 1 hour, and then there was also, or this might have been 4 hour too. I'm not sure. Probably not. Maybe 1 hour and then 4 hour, and then another 4 hour BPR, right? So I thought price was gonna sweep this, come back down. I thought that the volatility used from this New York Open at 8:30 was also gonna help the push down. So as we played out, what do I look for? A market structure shift, which we see. We now have our market structure shift line um, placed, and now I'm just watching this, seeing what price does here. If price just continues up, I'm not really taking a trade. Um, and we see that we get kind of a move down. And then the crazy thing about here, or particular today, was we had a lot of SMTs being formed, right? On NQ, we had a lot of SMTs being formed, which was and they were all bearish SMTs. So I was very much bearish. And so I was like looking, I see this, but we're respecting this. And then I was like, okay, price just kind of ran down a little bit. This isn't what I want to see for a full like reversal down, you know? And so I'm waiting because I'm not really getting an entry. And then that's when I look and I see, all right, what do we have here? Because I'm not trying to run for this. What do we have? We have this inverse fair value gap, right? This inverse fair value gap. This got ran through. Uh, and then we also have this equilibrium of the range, right? And then we also have a order block. We have a high, a low, a higher high, and then a lower low. And so that initial low is the order block range. We want to see price retrace into this. So now I'm looking at it as equilibrium, inverse fair value gap, mini BPR kind of. I want to see price reject off of this, and then that's when, like I was saying before, we see that get an SMT formed here, and so this is pretty much, um, yeah, we get an SMT here. So this is where I entered. Once we formed this SMT, I entered right here, stop above that, and then like I said before, targeting these, right? And I'll even throw this in. So we're in, and so this is what I see. This is what I see. To give y'all kind of context, I see we get a market structure shift after tapping into this buy side liquidity right at market open. And so I thought maybe a little manipulation. We inverse this fair value gap to the downside. Then we also market structure shift, and then what's it called? Uh, Market structure shift, and then we also form a bearish order block. We come back, push out of the range, and to also, if we put out standard deviation, we could see that price comes to this one range, returns back into equilibrium. So this is very, very, very a bearish trend for me. But then we see that we have this. So like always, put put stop loss above the top of the range, and then we have the SMT here. Uh, we pushed back into premium of this range too, back into this inverse, respected it and the order block, saw everything that I wanted to see. Now, I'm kind of just watching price. Boom, boom. This is exactly what I want to see. I'm waiting for price to move out of this equilibrium, or like this one range. A closure out, which okay, and then that's when I will move my stop, and I move my stop to this inverse fair value gap because it held bearish, and then it's also above the premium range, and I don't think price will come back into the premium range after breaking up. I want to see price like mitigate in between or just completely break down and head for this standard deviation range, right? And so boom, we're playing, and then this is when price comes back into here. I was looking, this is also another SMT was formed here at this. There was another SMT, and then we can see that we push back down. We push back down, forming a BPR. And right here, I was a little iffy by that move because I really wanted price to come here. Came very close to my stop loss. I'm now like very vigilant about my trade. I see that there's a BPR right here, which you know about me. I think that if price disrespects a BPR or respects a BPR, that will tell you where the trend is. And so this should hold bearish. Price should, like, I didn't see this and I was scared. If I saw this and it was bullish, then I would have been like, okay, let me get out. But because it was bearish, I wanted to see price hold the bearish BPR. We see that price holds here, right? Holds here, pushes. This would have been like, again, this could be a nice buying selling pressure, right? This could have been another entry because I think we're forming like another SMT here or something. We're forming a lot of SMTs. Um, and then that's when I think after we formed that SMT, I moved it a little bit lower, but boom. And then that's when we see price kind of just start chopping, and this is when I started getting scared because we're just chopping between like this and then this little like fair value gap, and I was like, okay, this is not good. You see boom, and then boom, boom, and just like that, I'm out of the trade. The reason that's out of the trade is because this BPR got closed out of. If you see here, this BPR range got closed out of on top, so I'm out. And then we could see price kind of just chops some more, goes down, chops more, back into the beat, boom, back out, and yeah, and then as you can see, price continues. I was very confused. I thought price did want to sweep here. That was my main thesis of this entire trade, was that price wanted to sweep buy side liquidity at market open. We get a perfect, or not perfect, I guess kind of perfect. What I would have liked to see better is maybe on this liquidity seeing like an inverse or a fair value gap or imbalance that we're also filling in at the same time. That's what I would have liked to see um, better. Like I think could have made it a better like A plus confluence. But other than that, I think that is very good. We get manipulation at market open, displacement, market structure shift to the downside, run through a bullish imbalance, push down into like the standard deviation of 1, back to equilibrium, back into this inverse fair value gap, back into this order block, form an SMT entry to target these high time frame liquidities and imbalance. That's a pretty good trade to me. I'll wrap up the video. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it very, very much. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you learned anything, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps so much. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up the trade. Like I mentioned earlier, you kind of just have to take the losses on the chin and learn from them, or try to, because if you just take losses and you don't learn from them, then you're really just going to end up continue to fail because you're not learning from your mistakes. And in trading, you are what your decisions are. And so if you keep on making mistakes, then you're not going to get the outcomes that you want to see from trading. Just like that, that wraps up the video. Thank y'all very much for watching. See y'all later. Bye.